Alright, I just wanted to make a quick little video here of this set of USA tools ratchets that I have. These are the Tuff 1 series set of ratchets, and this is a design that came around after Facom purchased SK Tools, I think in 1985, and they owned them for like 20 or 21 years or something like that. But it's a Facom design. Internals on it. It's a 72 tooth, like a roto head style mechanism inside of it with very little back drag, especially for a round head ratchet. And these particular ratchets I've just collected over the years separately. This 3/8 a gentleman at work gave me on the day that he retired, and he used it on one of the machines that he ran to do some tool changes. This 1/4 inch is an NOS one that's never been used. And this this 1/2 inch one here is just a used one that I got at a pawn shop or something like that, but it doesn't look like it's been used that much. But we'll go over these and take a look at the guts on the 1/2 inch, give you an idea what these kind of look like inside. And these are pretty well known for being super strong. They have an issue when guys take them apart. They really need to have Loctite on the main screw that holds the directional switch down. And the reason for that is they need to be tightened up and loosened just a little bit in order for the mechanism to work. And that's where a lot of guys mess up. They take these things apart to clean them out, and they'll over tighten that screw and the ratchet won't work. And they also have an issue with the spring that's inside of them too. And I've messed with these ratchets for quite a while, this style and rotohead style and Facoms that I've collected over the years, so I kind of got it down to a science almost, but I'll probably screw it up on video. But we'll bring these up here and let you take a look at them. This is the 1/4 inch, obviously. This is a 49.75. And this little guy is kind of a hard one to find. I was glad to find it whenever it came up. And the 3/8 is a 45.175. These all have like really good superb knurling on them. Even this 3/8 that's 30 some odd years old. Really good chroming on all of them. Take a look at the ball detents on them. Of course, I think these are all in real well centered up and crimped on all of them. One's got a little oil in it. I occasionally use that one. This one hasn't been taken apart or oiled, or this one has, but the 1/4 inch has been taken apart, and I got the green grease out of it that they had in it. It's pretty much dry right now, but the 1/2 inch length is right at 10 inches. The 3/8 is about 7 3/8, 7.5, somewhere around there. And the 1/4 inch is 4.5 inches long. But these being the Facom design, they're crazy strong. They're probably one of the strongest ratchets out there. We'll take a look at the inside of them here. We'll get these out of the way. And these are pretty simple to open up and use. The 1/2 inch is going to use a 3/16 Allen. I'll try to keep this together until I get it up there where you can see the internals on it. We'll pull this cap off, and you'll see there's a spring there. It's in the shape of a heart there. And then they have this real wide pawl on it that's real similar to the Kilness patent ratchets. It basically just slides along this massive flat on the inside of this anvil. And like I said, these are 72 tooth. And all of these had the green grease that SK was real well known for putting in their ratchets, other than the 3/8. The 3/8 had already been gone through by the time I got it and had been oiled with 3-in-1 oil. That's what's in this ratchet now. But like all SK ratchets, you know, real well made, good quality. You can see this is a fine tooth broach inside of these. And these can be, the ratchet mechanism can be put in backwards on these if you didn't want to have the SK logo up at the top. But so how these things get put back together, this screw has a little bit of hard and Loctite on it that I've just left on it. It's fine. You're going to want to put this kind of half oval facing you on this pawl. And then you'll want to slide this in here. And this big 1/2 inch is a little bit easier to put back together since it's so big. But what I like to do is I like to put this heart kind of right in the middle of the works there. And we'll set that down and look at the back side of this steel selector switch here, selector knob. But this pin on the back side of this selector knob is going to fit down in the bottom, the pointed area. On the inside, it's going to fit down in the bottom of that pointed area on that heart spring. And what I like to do is throw them around. What I like to do is put this in here like if I was going to put it in the threaded hole. And then I keep pressure and then push it down into that heart spring. And you'll feel it. It'll either flip out like it did. It's just because I'm looking through the camera on here, but you'll feel it if it's not right. But we definitely want that pin down in the bottom of that heart spring. That's it, I think, there. We'll put our screw in there, keeping pressure on top of our selector switch. And like I said, we'll tighten this down to tight. And then we'll back it off just a little bit. And that's how the selector switch works on it. But you can see this one's hardly been used, so it's still a little bit stiff. But it's a fine tooth mechanism. This 3/8 is well used, so it has like very little back drag on it whatsoever. I'll zoom out here and we can take a look at it. Try to keep my fingers off it here. And I'll put a socket on the back of it there. So hardly any back drag on it whatsoever. Once these are kind of wore in a little bit, they're really good. Very little back drag on this vintage style ratchet. And they have really good socket retention as well. Oh, I'm banging everything. But I'll bring them back up here and let you take a look at them again. I always liked this one that my coworker was using. And I always said to myself that I'd start looking for these, one day. I mean, they're kind of pricey to buy used, especially in good shape. I mean, even this 3/8 one would probably go for $40. The 1/2 inch one usually goes for a little bit more, and I think I've seen a few of these selling for over 40, $50 in used shape. I don't know what this one would probably go for being NOS, but anyway, whenever he gave me this one about probably 15 years ago, I kind of started the search of looking out for these whenever I went to swap meets or pawn shops or stuff like that. And I ended up finding all of these locally, I think. But I just wanted to get them up there and let you guys take a look at them. Pretty good set of vintage ratchets if you're into collecting older vintage ratchets. They're super, super strong too. All right, guys, take care.